Iciera the Furry is a 28-year-old woman from South Carolina. From the flip side, Iciera looks like a normal person, just cosplaying and recording TikToks. But behind closed doors, she has been in several controversies, and she has been racist, homophobic, and has a history of harassing people on TikTok. This is the story of Iciera the Furry, TikTok's disturbing furry degenerate. Iciera's rise to fame would begin in the year 2020. As you all know, around this time was COVID. People would stay home due to the virus, and people would stay on social media. This was when Iciera's career on TikTok would begin. People would go on TikTok and see Iciera's videos on their For You. The videos that Iciera would post would be pretty cringy, but people would see these videos and find it funny. This is when she would start to blow up. She would blow up for two things: a video where she's crying about pink and green cardboard furry ears.
Hi. You might be wondering why I'm pretty pissed off right now. Let me show you. Yeah. When I say my ears aren't for sale, I didn't mean just go and make your own ears. Guys, you're stealing my design. Stop it. Like, what is wrong with you? You cannot steal no one else's ears that they made. You're stealing my idea. And you can't do that. You can't just go around and do that. This is not right. I made those ears with my own hands. My own two hands. And you think it's okay to steal them? No, it is not okay. What is wrong with you? I mean, if you want to make your own ears, use a different color. Not my colors. That's stealing. That's totally stealing. Stealing. You can't do that. What's wrong with you people? Jesus Christ.
And two, a rumor stating that Iciera apparently died. This was started by somebody random on TikTok, and people fell for it. But once people realized that this rumor was fake, it would eventually go away. But after going popular on TikTok, people would start to show support to Iciera. Iciera wouldn't just make cringe videos. She would also make skits, videos talking about her day, lip sync videos, etc. Iciera had a fan base that supported her and her videos. Everything was looking good for Iciera, until she would get into some controversy. The first controversy that Iciera would get into was about a video where she would lip sync a 50 Cent song. There was a part in the video where Iciera would lip sync 50 Cent saying the N-word. This would catch people by surprise, and would be angry at Iciera for this. Iciera would apologize and didn't mean to do it at all. All she wanted to do was lip sync the song. People forgave her, but she kept repeating her actions by lip syncing the N-word in other TikTok videos. She would quote unquote apologize, but her apologies never felt genuine. Cierra would also be homophobic. There would be times where Cierra would say hateful things towards the LGBTQ. Mind you, the LGBTQ has never done anything to Cierra. A pretty good amount of people in Cierra's community are a part of the LGBTQ. And a show that Iciera is a big fan of by the name of Hell of a Boss has a good amount of LGBTQ characters within the show. So I find it pretty ironic Iciera would have a grudge towards the LGBTQ community when she's literally quite a big fan of the LGBTQ show. And Iciera would get hate due to her opinion on the LGBTQ. So she would decide to make a video saying that she supports the LGBTQ now. But this was a lie. And due to her hate towards the LGBTQ, she would lose a friend by the name of Ryan. Ryan and Iciera were friends, but Ryan left once he found out that she was homophobic. And after Ryan left, she would post a video about Ryan trying to get people to feel sorry for her.
Because you're my best friend, Mowgli. Because you're special and I'm special.
You're not special! Don't you get it? We'll never be one of them. We're freaks! You're not special, Boot! It's just something your mother tells you to make you feel better about yourself because you came out wrong!
Cierra would have many failed relationships on social media. but the most known one in her community is when she would date a man by the name of Greg, or known on social media as Mitterman the Puppet Man. Greg would post TikTok videos of him and his puppet or kid-related content. Iciera would find Greg on TikTok and would try to become friends with him. At first, Iciera would have this weird obsession with Greg's puppet, Stan, making videos talking about how she's in love with Greg's puppet. Honestly, I'm not really surprised that she's in love with Greg's puppet. She made a TikTok video in the past, making out with a puppet that she made. But anyways, Cierra would stop crushing over Stan the puppet and her feelings would go towards Greg. And mind you, Greg has the mental state of a 5-year-old, and Iciera was fully aware of that and decided to forcefully pull Greg into a relationship with her. This relationship was very one-sided. Iciera would post videos talking about how much she loved Greg and how she's happy to be with him. But on the other side, Greg wouldn't post like this. If anything, Greg would post videos telling Iciera that they're done and that she should move on. But Iciera wasn't having none of that and would post videos back trying to keep the relationship going with her and Greg.
I know you don't want me to leave, but it's time to move on.
Okay, babe, I have a question for you. Since you've been doing all these TikTok videos, can you please give me attention, please?
The last thing that I want to cover is Cierra's predatory actions. Around 2020, allegations around Cierra would be circulating, deeming Cierra as a predator. I don't know the full context of this situation, but apparently Iciera was talking to somebody that was not of age. And Cierra's response to the allegations was to make a music video stating that she's not a predator. She would also say in this music video that she was only being nice to the minor and nothing more.
I'm missing my boyfriend. He's always something. But he broke up with me ever since my friends told I'm a P. I'm missing my boyfriend. He's always something. But my friends told him to stay away from me. Even though I don't look like a P, that means I'm not a I was just being nice to the 15-year-old. I'm not.
But it turns out that these allegations were true after all. Two minors by the name of Luca and Lizzie would post a video on YouTube coming out with their experience with Iciera, which this video is a handful to say the least. Iciera would roleplay with these minors and eventually this roleplay would lead to ERP, which basically means it got to the point that the roleplay got freaky. People would call Cierra out on this, but she would try to justify it by saying it was for fun.
What?
What? They're gonna regret it ever doing that. What are you gonna do to them? Nothing. I'm just saying you're gonna regret it. They're gonna come crawling right back to me.
Didn't you roleplay with them?
It was for fun.
And not only that, but she would also admit to liking one of the minors.
Okay. You did it, correct?
Yes.
And you are 26.
Yes.
You sexually harassed us.
Yes.
You were jealous of us when we dated. And you were still in love with him.
Yeah, I got plus time.
Apparently, Iciera isn't just a predator, but an animal as well.
A dog. She claims it's her sister's dog, but at the same time she says she's the only one who takes care of him. This later be contradicted to where she says her mom would take care of him. Cierra's sister is just as irresponsible as her, and she has had multiple charges. The dog's name is Bonnet. Cierra showed a picture of her dog laughing at how bad of a condition he is in. The dog appears to be chewing up his own fur because of how itchy he is due to the fleas and ticks that have not been properly taken care of. After further investigation, we found out Cierra rarely feeds him, and when he is being fed, he's being given unhealthy food for him that is just canned dog food. That is basically just slop. Cierra also admitted that her sister hits the dog multiple times when he misbehaves, later saying she does as well under the influence that she believes it's okay to do since her sister does it. The dog has been shown on multiple live streams where she constantly yells at him for things such as trying to take her food due to being starved.
Not only was this dog improperly taken care of, but Cierra also did some activities with this dog as well. There is more information on this topic, but I'm going to keep it for another video. This whole situation is pretty recent, so more information is bound to come out. But this was the story of Iciera the Furry, TikTok's disturbing furry degenerate.